Hi, we are live. This week I posted a little bit about gratitude. I've been needing to refocus my emotions lately. And so for anyone that's new here, hi, my name is Alini. I work with women who work from home and just, finding systems to make our life a bit easier. And have you ever, like me, have you ever met someone like on the street and you say hi and that just gives you such a good feeling? That person has something about them that makes you feel really good, and you just go about your day and you feel better. And sometimes you meet someone or you go to a place and there's something there that just drives you down, and it's just not fun, and it doesn't leave you feeling any better. And today I just wanted to explore that a little bit, on how our emotions can interfere with the space around us and how it can change our own moments. So the first thing is that no matter where you fall on the spectrum of how spiritual or how biological you want to see this, our emotions matter, and our emotions influence what is happening around us. So you walk into a room, there's always places where we go where we say, oh, this place feels so heavy, or this place feels so depressing. And on the other hand, there are places we go that we're like, oh, I could just stay here forever. I love this place. This makes me happy. This makes me excited. And we have the superpower of doing that in our life and to other people in other people's lives. As a mom, I have the superpower, which some days it feels a little bit like a burden, but I have the power of influencing how my family feels. If I am having an off day, if I'm just not in a good mood, if I'm just not in a good place, nobody's in a good place. And even if people start out a little better, like, my mood drives them down in a way that one of my kids' moods or my husband's mood doesn't affect everybody as much. And on the other hand, if I am having a great day and I'm just, doing well and things are great, everyone seems to have an easier day. So this is something that I discovered a while ago, and so I've been trying to understand it a little more and learn a little more about it. So the basic concept is that you cannot have opposing emotions at the same time. So you cannot be grateful, you cannot be joyful, you cannot be loving, and at the same time be angry or frustrated or jealous. There's these two opposite emotions. They can't coexist at the same time. Now, there's good things and bad things in situations, in moments, in people, but our feelings, we can only feel one of these emotions at each time. So when we are feeling the negative emotions and we feel these things pulling us down and weighing down on us, the best thing we can do is refocus to a positive emotion. So with my children, for example, something happens that makes me frustrated. I have the choice of taking it out on them and get really mad and then everybody goes into a spiral. Like, no one has ever been helped by someone getting mad at them and screaming. Or I can take a deep breath and internally think of something I'm grateful for, and work on a positive emotion and a positive tone, because we have the capacity of influencing others. A small example, this morning my daughter went to get some water and she spilled water all over the table, and I had a win. I don't always have a win, but I had a win, and I just grabbed a cloth from the kitchen and said, hey baby, here you go, and I just threw it, and she caught it and she wiped the table, and everything was fine. And we just moved on from that, and no worse for the wear. But there have been days when that spill, and I say, oh my goodness, how did you do that? How did that happen? Come on, pay attention. Well, then she gets upset because I'm mad, and then, everybody goes into a spiral. It has to be cleaned up anyway, and it's just water. So how we react has the power to influence how other people feel and how they will respond. So one way to explain this is emotional vibration. So if you've ever heard vibration of instruments or sound vibration, sound waves shown, waves will come into similar vibrations. Now, I'm not going to get technical on this because I'm not good at explaining this technically, but if you have a negative wave vibrating, you can either join into that negative wave, or you can bring in a positive wave and ride out your wave until the negative wave dies down and comes into a higher vibration, which is a positive vibration. So this is something that you can do for yourself. You're going into a spiral. Why hasn't that person contacted me? Why hasn't that person called? Or why am I trying so hard in this situation and I don't see any results? And you can just go into negative frustration and pessimism and anger, insecurity. You can just spiral yourself into this, or you can take a deep breath and you can say, okay, something happened and that person couldn't contact me. Or, yes, there is value in my work. What I'm doing matters. This is important. Someone has benefited from this. And you can pull back on all of these positive emotions and bring them in. And when you start working on the positive emotions, your entire mood is lifted, and that changes how you feel, and that also changes your environment. So I'm actually going to be posting tomorrow a little chart that shows you a scale of positive emotions and a scale of negative emotions. And again, an example with kids. When a kid is having a hard time, they're just not doing well, and they start crying, it's very easy, if you are also upset, everybody starts spiraling down. So screaming at a child or saying, come on, snap out of it, doesn't make them feel better, just it makes them feel worse, right? If you want a child to feel better and to behave better, you have to behave at a much higher level than you're expecting them to reach, and bring them up with you. And that's true for anybody. If you're having a conversation and it's a difficult conversation, you can own your piece of the conversation and say, okay, let's work on this in an upwards level. Or you can just play the blame game and the but you did, but he said, but I want, but you didn't. Or you can go into the positive, how can I help you through this? How can I love you through this? This is how I feel. How can we talk about this? So these are just things that have the poles. And for me, the best way that I've found to regulate my emotions has been through a morning moment of gratitude. Now, ideally, what I prefer is to be able to wake up, have a few moments of quiet time, read my devotional, read my Bible, start my day from there. That doesn't always happen. But one thing that I do always do in my mornings is, before I get up, I take a few very deep breaths. And I think of two things that I am very grateful for. And then I go about my day. On excellent days, that swings right into my devotional, that swings right into my prayer time, and that's great. On other days, that doesn't go seamlessly one into the other, and so other things happen. But that, starting the day with a grateful tone, it sets my mood up for just having a much lighter and smoother day. So that's something that I would recommend that you try. Just try to pay attention to your emotions when you feel yourself in a frustrated space, or you feel yourself in a negative emotion. Try to identify that and see, internally, how can you speak to yourself to get yourself into a more positive place and start working through that emotion instead of spiraling down. And try that with others, when you get into a space of conflict, or a space that seems tense, what can you do? What can you bring to that space that's at a higher level of emotion, so that you can bring the space up instead of being sucked into the negative spiral. With your social media, how does your social media affect you? When the things that you read, the things that you see, the things that you listen to, what emotions do those bring you? Do those take you down into a negative spiral of just, boredom, of just thinking everything is bad, of being discouraged, of just feeling guilt or fear, or just, does it take you into those things? Or are the spaces that you're living in and visiting in on social media, are these spaces that bring you joy? Are these spaces that encourage you to change things? Are these spaces that fuel your passion for something that you can do for others and to change the world? So you have the superpower of choosing where you go in your emotions, if you're going up or down. And the world is tough right now. Things are hard. And we can either choose to keep taking ourselves in a downward spiral, or we can find a way to lift ourselves up and to go to move forwards in a more positive way, because hard and good can coexist. It doesn't have to be hard and bad. It can be difficult, but we can also lift ourselves up and lift others up in difficult times. So give that a try. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you can find things to be grateful for even in the most difficult times, and just find ways to lift yourself up. Check out the post tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of information there, and have a wonderful day. Things that I'm grateful for right now is that even though we're in a heat wave and everyone's sweating buckets, it's a gorgeous day. We get to play in the water, play outside. My kids are home. My husband's home early today, and tomorrow we get to go to the beach. So these are all things that I'm super grateful for. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye.